Can't buy me love, love.
Welcome back. Well, you've been asking for it, and it's time for more of our most failure-producing segment. And so, here it is for all the world to see, Flunks. Tonight's first two flunks come to us from Google. Yes, two! Hard to believe, isn't it? See, in this age of modern technology, it's more important than ever to ensure that your information is accurate. So if a site like Google were to, say, accidentally redraw a nation's border or give it territory that doesn't belong to it, that might cause just a slight diplomatic problem. Case in point, a few weeks ago, Nicaraguan security forces advanced into disputed territory between their country and Costa Rica that angered officials in Costa Rica, claiming it was an act of war or aggression or something. Why did Nicaraguan forces enter the territory? Because according to Google Maps, it belonged to them. Yes, one Nicaraguan general, went on Google Maps and saw, oh, this territory is ours. So I'm going to give this flunk to Nicaragua, not Google, because what kind of military leader goes, is that territory ours? I know, I'll check Google Maps. Wait, there's a Costa Rican flag in our clearly undisputed land? Charge! And flunk! Now, however, this next flunk is definitely Google's fault. Okay, see, there's this island near Morocco and Spain, the name of which I probably should have researched before coming out here, that is also undisputed territory. Neither country lays total claim to the island, but for a while now, Google had given the land to Morocco. As soon as they found this out, they immediately corrected their crass mistake by attributing the territory to Spain. Whoops. Google officials have promised to have the situation rectified soon, but until then, the fact that a supposedly politically neutral, their words, organization decided all by itself to give some disputed island to one country than the other is well deserving of a flunk. Whoa, I don't know why that came out that way. This next one comes from our friends in England. I'm sorry, did I say friends? I meant acquaintances. I'm not sure who deserves the flunk in this case, but I know someone does. See, Hasbro is releasing a slate of new Transformers toys in England next year. Reasonable enough, right? Not really. One of the robots is called Spastic. Awkward. Anyway, the Brits, in their usual uptight fashion, were none too happy about the name and pressured Hasbro to issue an apology and promise to change the name. Yeah. So basically what this comes down to is either Hasbro gets a flunk for calling it Spastic in the first place, or the British people get a flunk for caring. Either way, someone's getting a flunk for this one. Okay. Now this next flunk is also international, directed at our amigos en España. That's friends in Spain for all you gringos. One town in the Zaragoza province has a street that is officially named Avenida de Super Mario Bros. In English, that's Super Mario Brothers Avenue. Other streets in Spain are due to be called Sonic the Hedgehog Avenue, Space Invaders Avenue, and I'm not kidding, The Legend of Zelda Avenue. I'm sure the really dedicated video game nerds are very happy about this one, but of all the countries to dedicate streets to video game characters, why Spain? Why not Japan? I'm afraid I have to award Spain a flunk, or as they say in Spanish, el flunca. If I'd castanets, that would have been... Next up, we have a flunk for Zynga, the company behind such time wasters as Mafia Wars and Farmville. See, Zynga likes their Ville games from Farmville to Frontierville and Petville and Fishville, which apparently exist. But their newest Ville takes the cake. And no, I'm not talking about the cake they serve in Cafe World. No, their newest Ville is Cityville, which is basically SimCity on Facebook, because not enough hipsters used Facebook to begin with. Flunk. Alright, this flunk comes to us from Iran and involves Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. It seems like every other week, Iran accuses someone or something as being part of a giant Jewish conspiracy, but this latest one is extreme even for them. A video recently released by Iran accuses Mark Zuckerberg of being an agent for the Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, and says that Facebook is a secret tool used by Israel and the US to recruit spies. I can't put into words how absurd this is. Oh wait, I can! Flunk! Now, this next one is so horrible, so painfully horrible, that I'm not sure the word flunk is sufficient. A couple in Apple Valley, Minnesota, is in the process of having a child, but they're not sure whether they should or not. So they created a website called birthornot.com where they, and this is the horrible part, asked people to vote on whether or not they should keep the child. Not consulting with doctors, not making it a personal decision, which would have been respectful enough, but letting the general public vote on it. You have got to be kidding me. So sorry to this couple, but I'm giving them a flunk. I know this is very personal, but doing it in this way is kind of wrong. Besides, let me put it to you this way. If the general public votes to abort the baby, and then they have the baby, in 15 years, when that baby sees that headline from 15 years ago, how do you think that's going to affect it psychologically, really? Now, our last flunk goes to Slurpee. Before the 2010 midterm elections, President Obama made a joke that while the Democrats are attempting to pull this country out of a ditch, while the Republicans are at the top of the ditch sipping Slurpees. Then after the Republicans won the midterms, a reporter jokingly asked the president if he would have a Slurpee summit with the Republicans. And then Slurpee went ahead and decided to make a profit off of that. The Slurpee Unity Bus Tour traveled throughout the whole country, promoting bipartisanship with its new flavor, Purple for the People. Seriously? A promotional campaign based around politics? Sorry, Slurpee, I love your products, but flunk. Seriously, dudes. All right, now for today's Epic Wow. Epic Wow. Check out this wood carving. That is the Declaration of Independence, my friends, recreated in full on a large wooden block. That thing is huge. The creator says it took him, I believe, 10 years to create, but it looks like the effort paid off. That is meticulous. Epic wow indeed. Now, this last one is not a flunk. It's not even an epic wow. It's in that fun third category. Okay then. Professor Wafa Bilal of New York University is volunteering to have a video camera implanted in the back of his head. A new modern art museum in Qatar commissioned the professor to do the project as part of an exhibit called the Third Eye, the letter I. What's going to happen is the camera will capture images based on what the professor is viewing at the time, and will be transferred to the museum in real time. Yep, I know a picture is worth 1,000 words, but what is that in medical bills? So NYU Professor Wafa Bilal, you get an... okay then, well, that's it for flunks and other assorted tidbits. We'll be right back.
Baby, you can drive my